see the sun again. Ooh. Without no hesitation, you became my resurrection. All the light that came shining in. And I've got beauty for ashes, and I got joy for mourning, and I got praise for heaviness. Love is a goal, and I got beauty for ashes, and I got joy for mourning, and I got praise for heaviness. Love is a miracle. This is more than a religion. Glad I made my decisions. Hope reversed the curse I was walking in. Now I'm dancing in my breakthrough. When you lead me, I will follow. You gave a light that the darkness can comprehend. I got beauty for ashes. Hi, Inka. Love is a miracle. Hey, Inka. My love. How do I add her? Eh? What's her name? Not yet. I can't see you yet. I can't see you yet, Yinka.
Mama, can you see me?
I'm almost seeing you. It's connecting. Very soon, I'm going to see you.
My hair is rough, though.
I can see Nana. Nana is joining me.
Yeah.
I don't know why she's calling herself Auntie Naomi on Instagram. Hi, Jerry the Bishop. Good to see. I can't see you anyway, but very long time. Inka, what's happening to you? Oh yeah, I can see you now. Hi, Inka. Hi, Inka.
Hey, Mama. Good?
Good to see you.
Good morning.
Wow.
Oh, my hair is a mess.
Wow, it's okay. It's good to see you.
How you doing?
I'm good,
It's
good, good.
Yeah, Mama.
Wow, good morning. Okay, we have a topic. We have a topic today. I don't know if you have something to say about our topic today. We're talking about self-worth. Self-worth. We're talking about self-worth. You know, I believe that for every relationship to actually kick off, before you talk about asking or saying yes, or before you even go into any relationship whatsoever, I believe that the first thing is about how you see yourself, your self-worth. So I believe that's the foundation for any kind of relationship, what you are giving. If you don't have self-worth, I don't think it's going to be a problem for you. So can you say anything about that? About self-worth?
Basically, like you said, self-worth is the most important thing. If you don't love yourself, if you don't appreciate yourself, what do you have to give?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So if
yes.
you don't appreciate yourself and you don't put yourself in that level, then there's nothing for the man to appreciate.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
What you lay down on the table, he takes you the way he sees you. Really.
Yes. Yes.
So if you tell him, I don't love myself, I don't believe in myself, I'm this, I'm that. You don't need to say that. Your actions.
Your actions, they speak. They speak. That's it.
He sees that sign, That's it. He takes it off.
He takes it off. And I don't know how somehow they know when you have a very low self-esteem. They know. Somehow they know. People just sense it, and then they kind of just hook on that, and they just try to put you under, So I believe that self-worth is really, 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 really important for any kind of relationship. So guys, those of us that are joining us, welcome. We're talking about self-worth, and I don't know if you have anything to say about self-worth, how it's key, I believe, for any kind of relationship, whether it's a relationship between a man or a woman or just friendship relationship. I think it's key for any kind of relationship whatsoever if you don't have self-worth, and most times, I don't know, it tends to show more in women. When a man does not have his self-worth, he takes it out on others. He takes it out on the woman. When a man doesn't have that high, he takes it out on the woman, and then you find issues in a relationship, and then you wonder, just because the man does not have self-worth, doesn't have a very high opinion of himself. That's what I believe. So all of us, we're here, we're talking about self-worth. It's all about before you ask and before you say yes. In those days, many years ago, while I was very young, we never used to know anything about divorce. We always used to hear divorce as a Western world kind of thing. But now it's all over. It's like people are saying, I won't take it anymore. I won't take this anymore. I'm not going to tolerate that anymore. They're not ready to tolerate anything, any kind of thing in their marriages or in their relationships. But I see that in the period of courtship, some of the things that we say we cannot deal with anymore, we're there. We're actually there during the period of courtship. And we close our eyes to them. Yes, we close. Yeah. We close our eyes to them. And then you get married, and all those things that you close your eyes to become a problem to you, and then you don't want to stay in the marriage. So what we're trying to do here is to say, before you ask that question, and before you say yes, certain things that you must look out for, that you can't, if you know you cannot tolerate it, then why go ahead with a relationship you know that you cannot tolerate? There are some things that you are seeing that you cannot take. Why go ahead with that relationship? So that's what.
I think some people feel that I can deal with it. After marriage, you'll change.
Yeah.
He'll change. She'll change. He'll change. That's really what the problem is. So you feel it can change. Really, do you think it can change? It's been like that for God knows how many years, and then out of the blue, you think you can just change him? Sorry, darling. Sorry.
That's the thing. They feel they can change.
And change her like that. No, you need to talk about it. Is it possible? Can I change him? Any difference? But then that's that you see in a man, and this one you know that is a no, just wrong. And that Mama, please let me down that word.
Hello?
This abuse.
Abuse.
I remember when before I got married, when I was dating, I remember my husband, you said something to me then. You said, if you are dating a man and if we have an argument and he raises his, and just said, I got it. Mama said, run for your life, because when you marry that man, you remember you said that to me?
Yes, I remember, Yinka.
You remember, baby. That word is here, and I try to tell people that once you see that sign, he's angry, he can't control himself, and then he says, and then he puts it down. Trust me, when you marry him, one day you will do something that thing will land on your cheek. It
will land very well.
The signs are there, but we just never want to.
I don't know why. I don't know why we get blinded, and we're so blinded by this so-called love that by the time you get married, the blindness, your eyes will open. You wait until you get married for your eyes to be open. It's better for your eyes to be open before you get married. Shine the eyes very well. Shine it, to actually see very well. Those on Facebook, I know you're seeing my Instagram screen. So I'm on the phone with Olayinka Ademo, all the way from Edmonton, Canada, and she's my darling girl, popularly known as Nena.
Nena.
I don't know what's wrong with your network. Hello.
I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Your network is breaking. I can barely hear you. I don't know what the problem is. Whether it's me or there.
Wow.
So it's so good to see you, Yinka. It's so good. Thank you for joining us in our before you. I know you have a lot of things to say. So as we go on every Sunday, I'm sure you would like to also share some of your experience with these young ones that are just starting up, so that we can nip it in the bud before it gets too serious and becomes a problem. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today. God bless you, sweetheart. God bless you, sweetheart. Bye. Love. Kisses to the girls. Kisses to the girls. Bye. Love you. Bye. Okay, so we're talking about self-worth in any relationship to actually to actually be a successful relationship. It can either be a man or a woman, or just friendship, boy or girl, girl to girl, boy to boy relationship. You need self-worth. Let's talk about self-worth today. What do we see about self-worth? We know that self-worth is a state of self-understanding, is a state of self-love, is a state of self-acceptance. You know, you need to learn how to accept yourself for who you are. You need to know how to love yourself for who you are. If you cannot love yourself, I don't know, if you cannot love yourself, how can you give out love? You cannot give out a love that you don't have. You need to love yourself. If you cannot love yourself, you cannot love somebody else. Hi, Julie, I can see you. Julie, do you have anything to say about self-worth? Charles, I can see you. Okay, I can see Charles watching. I can see hello, her favor. Thank you for joining me tonight. Okay, so anybody has anything to say about self-worth? Loving yourself, accepting yourself, understanding yourself. You know, if you cannot achieve that on your own, you don't need anybody to validate you for you. It's a personal thing. It's a personal thing. You know, you have to get to a point whereby, yes, you have to get to a point whereby you have to accept yourself. You know, you don't, yourself doesn't depend on anybody, what other people think about you. You know, you have to give yourself the chance to say, okay, I deserve to be loved. I deserve to have all the good things in life. I deserve to be happy. You know, if you have self-worth, you know you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be happy. So if you see anything outside that, you know that that's not you. That's not what you deserve. So you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be wealthy. You deserve to be successful. So you need to also get that unshakable faith in yourself. Unshakable faith in yourself that you deserve the good things of life. You deserve a man who will love you. You deserve a woman who will love you despite of. You understand? So that's self-worth. We're talking about self-worth today. I think that's the key. That's the foundation to a very healthy relationship. If you don't have self-worth, you cannot have a healthy relationship. If you don't have self-worth, you cannot have a healthy relationship. So loving yourself irrespective of the difficulties that you face in life, the disappointment that you face in life, you just love yourself in spite of all that. Irrespective of that, you just love yourself. You understand yourself. So you don't let other people's opinion of you determine who you are. It's, like I said, it's a personal thing. It has to come from the inside of you. And it's something that you build over time. You build it over the years. It doesn't just happen overnight. Insecurity is a major problem in most. Thank you, Charles. Some persons have problem of insecurity, so they cannot share love to others. Yes. Insecurity is a major problem. It's a major problem. a major issue in any kind of relationship. So you need to build your self-esteem. You need to build your self-worth for you to actually have a happy relationship, to actually have a good and a healthy relationship. Okay, no self-worth. Debbie says no self-worth, no healthy relationship. That's it, ma'am. So you don't have self-worth, you cannot have a healthy relationship. Let's talk about self-worth. Does anybody have any kind of do we have any kind of experiences that we need to share about self-worth? I know that when I was actually growing up, I had this, what would I call it, inferiority complex that I knew I needed to work on. I wasn't happy with the way I looked. And most times this self-worth comes from a lot of things. It comes from maybe the way you talk. Your nose looks like, you don't like your nose, so you feel kind of intimidated when other people come near you. And maybe you don't like the way you talk, how your voice sounds, or you don't like the way you look. Somehow you don't like the way you are fat, you don't like the way you are slim, you don't like something about yourself. And that's what starts this inferiority complex, this feeling of not being sure of yourself, having very low self-esteem, very low self-worth, because there's something about you that you just don't like. There's something that you do about yourself. But you have to get to a point in life where you have to accept all about. Like I was saying, when I was much younger, I used to have this major inferiority complex. I actually had very low self-esteem. I had a very low self-esteem, and it showed when I was dealing with people. It took me a while to actually get to the point whereby to tell myself, Linda, you are beautiful. Linda, God has created you. God has made you who you are. And you are fantastic the way you are. Of course, there are some areas in your life that you just need to, because you are dealing with people, with human beings, and in relationship, you also have to think of others, not just you. So there are some times that you do something wrong and somebody advises, or you say, oh, this is something not so good, and you work on it. You keep on working on yourself until you get to your point. While you're working on yourself, you must like the you that you are now, the present you. You must love the you that you are now. That even when somebody tells you something negative, even if you say, okay, that thing that person has said is true, you just take it and work on it. Don't let it kill who you are. Don't let it destroy the self that you have built, the self-worth that you have built over the years. Okay? So Minister Judy said self-worth is having a favorable opinion of yourself. That's it. You must have a favorable opinion of yourself. Okay? You must love yourself. Nobody can love you if you cannot love yourself. How can you ask somebody else to love you when you can't love yourself? So you need to love yourself. Self-worth is the key to any kind of healthy relationship. Talk to me, guys. What else? Do you have any experiences that we need to share? Does anybody want to join the conversation? You want to share your experience with us? You want to join in the conversation? You are free to, but you can only do that in Instagram. Okay, if you want to join, Intentional Teacher says self-worth makes you less emotionally dependent on your partner. Fantastic. And that makes the relationship better and smoother. That's it. Self-worth makes the relationship, makes you less emotionally dependent on your partner. And that makes the relationship better and smooth. When both of you have self-worth. If one person has self-worth and the other person does not have self-worth, there's a problem. Because the one that has the self-worth and doesn't have the self-worth, the one that doesn't have the self-worth will want to bring the other person down just because he's trying to make himself feel better, trying to make himself look good in his own eyes. You want to now pull down the other. So in any relationship, both of you must have self-worth. If one person is here and the other person is here, the other person that is here will pull the other person here. Or if person is here, you can pull the person further down. You understand? So you need to actually have both of you need to have self-worth. You need to build your self-worth. So before you go into any kind of relationship, make sure that you have self-worth. Self-worth is very, 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 very key. Okay? You have to recognize the real value of who you are right here and right now. Who you are right here. Be happy with what you have, who you are. You cannot give what you cannot have. You have a favorable opinion of yourself. You know, that's self-worth. Talk to me, guys. Anybody has anything to say about self-worth? You want to join in the conversation? You want to join in the conversation? We're talking about hello, precious Queen Presh. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me this evening. Anybody want to say something about self-worth? You want to join me? Self-worth. Very important. Love yourself irrespective of the difficulties that you face in life, of disappointment. Hello, Queen Precious. Your disappointments, your experiences with people's opinion. That's really very. Spend some time with that. People's opinion about you. People's opinion about you. Is self-worth. Love yourself irrespective of people's opinion about you. Irrespective of the people's opinion about you, self-worth is to love yourself. People's opinions are good, but you shouldn't let them define you, who you are. Because you never get 100% like. People's opinion are good, but you can't let the opinion of others to define you are. The opinion of others define who you are. So how do you build your self-worth? How do you build your self-worth? The first thing you need to understand yourself. You need to understand who you are. Let me paint a scenario for you. If, for example, everything is taken away from you and it's just you, you, you don't have any support from anybody, you don't have any church, you don't have any friends. I believe in myself. I believe I can do it. I believe I can achieve it. I can believe anything I want to do, I will achieve it. That's having an unflinching faith. And even if you don't have support from anybody else, you keep pushing until you achieve your goal. That's having a very high self-worth. Okay? So, anybody else has anything to say? The first thing that we need to do is how to build your self-worth is to what? Understand who you are. Understand who you are. Ask yourself this question. Who am I? How am I in the world? How do others see me? How do others speak about me? What key life moments define who I am today? What brings the most passion in me, fulfillment and joy? You need to ask yourself all these questions to actually know, to actually build up your self-worth. Because it's key to any form of, any kind of relationship. Jacobo said determination. You are determined to build yourself. So it's like I said before earlier, it's a conscious effort. You have to consciously build self-worth. It doesn't just happen overnight. You have to take time to build. You know, I had a very low self when I was growing up, but I built myself. I built that self-worth. And now I believe I am not there yet. We're still building, but at least I've gotten to a point in life where I know that nobody can pull me down. Nobody can actually pull me down. Let them. You know, because I believe in myself so strongly. I believe in myself so strongly. Okay, anybody out there talking about for any relationship for you to have a very healthy relationship, you need to have self-worth. And ways we can build our self-worth. Okay? You have to to first of all understand yourself. Ask yourself questions. What do I struggle most in life? What do I need? Where do I need to improve on myself? What fear hold me back? What kind of things? What are you afraid of that hold you back? Where do you consistently let yourself down? You need to ask yourself all these questions. Take a look at your strengths. And then if you try to build on your strengths and try other people to tell you to validate your feelings, to validate, oh, this thing I'm doing, is it good? Some people that just always ask questions. Oh, how was I? Was I good? A song. Let me come to the point of you finish performing a song. We said without self-worth, you can't have a very healthy relationship. You need self-worth to have a real or a healthy relationship. Self-worth. You don't have self-worth. Even if you have self-worth and you are with someone that doesn't have high self-worth, that person will always try to pull you down. They always try to pull you down at every chance to achieve that self-worth on your own. Do what you need to do to achieve that relationship to be healthy. You have self-worth, have a healthy relationship. Be you a man, be you a woman. Men try to cover the lack of self-worth by being too aggressive. Most times they try to be aggressive. So that's what most people do. They try to become over aggressive because there's something in there that they don't have. They try to be aggressive in their relationship, very aggressive, and try to own confidence, man. That person loves themselves. They love themselves. So it doesn't matter what people think about you. What about, even if I'm saying, oh, this thing doesn't look nice. Oh, but you yourself, you are wearing it and you love the way you look. That is what matters. That is really what matters. Self. Loving anyhow. Like I told you, I am learning how to love my own self the way I look now. Compassion comes most times through self-acceptance, self-love. That's when you can actually give out compassion. If you hate yourself and everything about you irritates you, you can be sure that nobody else is going to see you. They will see that irritated person that you are seeing, that you are giving out. So if you love yourself, you give out that boldness, that feeling of, I know who I am. I know what I am, whether you like it or not. This is who I am. And whoever God has prepared for you is going to accept you just the way you are. Just the way you are. You know, you just love you the way you are. Just the way you accept yourself, you know, and then don't give in to people, like somebody said, don't give in to people that think that you are less than they are. Friendship is not forced. Friendship is not cannot be, you cannot force on people. You know, people have to accept. Somebody said, Mobile, thank you. It said you need to accept that you are unique. You need to accept that you are unique. If you don't accept it, nobody else will accept it for you. It's a personal thing. So today we're just trying to lay down the foundation of any good relationship. That's what we're doing today. You know, it has to come from you. You cannot give what you don't have. For you to have a healthy relationship, first of all, you need to work on your self-worth. That's what we're saying today. Self-worth. Self-worth. Very, very important. You need to work on your what? Self-worth. You need to work on your self-worth. How much do you value yourself? How much do you value yourself? So whatever you need to do in life, whatever kind of relationship you need to face in life, you are going to have in life, everything depends on your worth, how you feel about yourself, what you think about people's acceptance no longer define you at that point in time. People's acceptance, people's recognition, people's what they think, opinion no longer define you, because you know who you are. By the time you understand yourself, you love yourself, you accept yourself, then you begin to know who you are. Nobody else can define who you are at that point in time. Then you are ready for a healthy relationship. At that point in time, you are ready for a healthy relationship. At that point in time, you are healthy, you are ready for a healthy relationship. Then we can begin to talk about when if you are ready to ask the question, or you are ready to say yes to that man that is in a relationship with you, that you are in a relationship with. So I don't know, we can go further. Anybody has anything to say about self-worth? And then we'll now talk about the responsibility stage. Taking responsibility for yourself, for your life, for your circumstance, and for your problems. You know, there are people I know in this life that never take responsibility. They always blame everything that happens on somebody else. They just put blames on people. They never learn how to take responsibility for their life. Everything that happens to them is somebody else's fault. You know, it's not my fault. Oh, this thing happened. Oh, this person did this. That person did this. This person did this. It's not my fault. That's all you hear them saying. Oh, it's not my fault. I'm not responsible. Oh, it's not, somebody did that. Somebody did this. Somebody did that. You know, but self-worth is also having responsibility for your actions, for your problem, your life. Take responsibility. You know, you take responsibility for everything that affects you. Problems, issues, way, take responsibility. Even if it's somebody else's fault, you take. That is what self-worth is. By the time you get to the point of self-worth, you will see that you take responsibility. you will take responsibility. Somebody has to tell you. We just know that this is just you and this is your life because you have that. Okay, Paul, Charles, you said you have a question. Please go ahead. Ask the question. Charles, ask the question. Very, very closely related. You know, self-worth is cannot be called character, but what are we going to do? They are related. They are intertwined, in the sense that if you have self-worth, you know, your character tends to shine more. If you have self-worth, your character tends to come out more. Okay, so if you have self-worth, it's a few people that will come and share their experiences with us as we go along. It's going to be every Friday, every Sunday. Self-worth. Can self-worth lead to pride? Somebody is asking, can self-worth lead to pride? I think take pride. Every one of us have a little bit of pride inside of us. You know, you have. It's not somebody that doesn't see that how would I put it now? It's always someone that sees, that doesn't have self-worth, that begins to see something as pride. You know, we don't do everything over. You know, pride is, of course, having a sense of self-esteem. That's pride. It's having a sense of self-esteem. So to have self-esteem is not bad. It's not a very bad. It's also good to have a certain level of pride in yourself. You know, it helps, but don't overdo it. Don't overdo in the sense that everybody now becomes less than who you are. That's where there's a problem. You know, everybody becomes nothing where you are. There's a problem. In the fact that you have self-pride, you have self-worth, you should also acknowledge the self-worth in acknowledge others, that others also have. Don't think that it's just you and just you and just you. That's where the problem comes. Every other person is now not right. There's an issue with the pride thing. You know, everybody now becomes less than who you are. Then that's the problem. You know, self-worth is meant to help you actually build your character, make your character better, not to help reduce others, not to make others less than who you are. That's where there's that is threatening that relation, that's threatening you as a person. For you to say, I don't want marriage anymore, there must be something your partner is doing to you. Marriage. Now we're talking about things that will lead before you say I do, before you ask, before you say yes. That's our focus on these discussions. You know, whatever you are seeing that you think might cause a problem for you in the future, those are the things that you want to look at right now. The things that we think that can cause issues before you even ask the question at all, before you even say yes to that man. So thank you everyone for being a part of this. I really appreciate you. I hope I see you again next Sunday for another time of discussion. Do have a very, 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 very blessed day. Thank you.
Father, you're so faithful. You're so holy. You're so perfect. You're so near. You're so near. You're so close. We acknowledge your presence in this place. Oh, Father, we acknowledge your presence in this place. We thank you.